so I've almost fell trying to catch this thing. I was walking just right here, and then out of the corner of my eye, I just saw something very small go right here. I almost fell going down this here, and then caught it right there. And I'm right by the water's edge here, so it's no surprise that this one is right here. Actually, one of the nicest juvenile ridden snakes I've seen. Oh, look at that stomach as well. This is the cleanest one I've ever seen. Look at that face too. The blue tint isn't quite coming through our camera, but this guy has, there we go. He does have a little bit, I'm shaking a little bit. Oh, it smells so bad. Of course, that red and black tongue as well. Just so clean looking. Feels very velvety. Okay, watch this, ready? Let's go. Alright, so I'm going to do a voiceover for this clip as I was quite locked in, and to be honest, really not saying a whole lot during this encounter. So this is the northern cottonmouth, also called the water moccasin commonly. A species of pit viper that spends a good amount of time both in and out of the water. This one was in a shed and had a pretty large meal, likely a frog, maybe a fish. They have quite the variant diet, so I didn't want to mess around with them too much to stress him out, risk him regurgitating that meal, you know. But he was quite chill for the 1 or 2 minutes I spent with him, really didn't show any sort of threat display. This also could have been caused by the temperatures and just being in shed. But yeah, after the interaction, just moved him off the trail here in the direction where he was going for him to go sit and digest that meal. This one can definitely still grow, like maybe 2-3 times this size, and thick-bodied, extremely thick-bodied. And at that size, it would be capable of eating other snakes, and that does include its own species. There's some pretty cool videos online of them doing that. And you can see this one is becoming quite dark. As juveniles, they have these absolutely gorgeous colors. I'll throw up a photo from a juvenile from the area that I've seen there. But yeah, even at this size, you can see this one's almost entirely pitch black. As adults, they mostly entirely look like this, which is quite cool. It gives them a really cool look, as other states have different looking ones. So location here too could honestly and probably eventually will be its own video. The habitat here is just so nice, and I'm finding new places to explore and new species to find, like this cave shown in the clip here. In this case, only a few minutes in flipping rocks, I found exactly what I was looking for in the form of this western slimy salamander, and probably the biggest one I've seen, which really allowed me to share these cherished features. You know, these large eyes, very buggy-like large eyes, as opposed to like holding a very small, nearly microscopic salamander. And of course, throughout this entire interaction, I was trying to keep my hands wet to do my best to ensure I don't introduce any sort of foreign oils into its skin, as this species entirely lacks lungs and does all their breathing and respiration through their skin, which is just so interesting. I'll just never get tired of seeing these. After releasing the salamander to hike for the remaining of the morning, where I found this red striped ribbon snake, the same species shown earlier, just slightly bigger, and I'm just so glad the colors came through just so well on my iPhone here. I didn't spend too much time with this one, but it was still a pretty cool catch. And that's the end of this video, but longer form content is soon to come as I'm getting a GoPro, so I can definitely capture more of those as fun moments. So if that's something you're interested in, absolutely feel free to subscribe. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video.